icon of Vietnamese independence. A nationalist and revolutionary, Ho Chi Minh was the founder of the Vietnamese Communist Party and its recognized leader during the first 50 years of its existence. He provided ideological guidance, personal leadership, and international prestige to the movement for Vietnamese independence and unification in its struggle with France and the United States. Born in cradle of revolution, little is known of Ho Chi Minh's early life, but the region of his birth and family circumstances produced an environment marked by fierce independence and intense nationalism. He was born when Sin Cung on 19 May 1890, in Nguyen Province in central Vietnam. Nguyen had been the center of resistance to the 1,000-year Chinese occupation of Vietnam since 111 BC. As a child, Ho attended the prestigious National Academy in Hue, where he was involved in the national insurrections against the French in 1908. Dismissed from the academy, he traveled to southern Viet. After a brief period as a schoolteacher in a small seacoast village near Saigon, Ho signed on as an assistant cook with a French steamship company in 1911. During this time, he also began to develop his prodigious language skills, eventually mastering Chinese, French, Russian, English, and Thai in addition to his native Vietnamese. Birth of an activist. During World War I, Ho settled in London and Paris, working as a cook at London's Ritz-Carlton Hotel under the famed chef Escoffier and as a photo retoucher in Paris. He also became active in socialist circles. Quickly dissatisfied with their moderate position on colonialism and impressed with the arguments of Lenin's thesis on the national and colonial questions, Ho became a founding member of the French Communist Party in 1920. From 1920 to 1923, he was a leader of the radical Vietnamese expatriate community in Paris, participating in the Intercolonial Union. Vietnamese Revolutionary Youth League. Identified as a compelling spokesman for the anti-colonial cause by the Comintern, an internationale of socialist organizations directed by the Soviet Union. Ho's real assignment was to organize a communist movement in French Indochina. His organizational efforts centered around the formation of the Vietnamese Revolutionary Youth League. Calling independence, redistribution of land, equitable taxation, universal literacy, and equality between men and women. The League quickly became a leading force within patriotic circles in Vietnam. President of North Vietnam. In August of 1945, after the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki had brought an end to war in the Pacific, Viet Minh forces launched an insurrection to seize power. Drawing upon the opening phrases of the American Declaration of Independence, he proclaimed that Vietnam has the right to be a free and independent country, and in fact is so already. Playing a symbolic role as head of state and as mediator of party disputes, Ho was also active internationally, where he prevented the split of the Soviet Union and China. Moreover, in their determination to the campaign, Ho's government killed an estimated 5,000 people. Within a year, he was forced to moderate the policy and publicly apologized for its behavior. A dedicated revolutionary and ascetic, he never married, but he was widely viewed in North Vietnam as the father of his country and often referred to in his later years as Bác or uncle. He died at the age of 79 of an apparent heart attack on September 3, 1969, almost 6 years before his regime defeated the American-backed South Vietnamese government and Vietnam was then reunified. Ho Chi Minh remains a symbol of the nation. His memory is enshrined in a mausoleum in Hanoi and a new name for Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City.